Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm looking at the Buffalo Bills and going over whether or not I think they should trade for tight end Zach Ertz. But before getting to that topic, question for those of you viewing, just a simple question. What do you think Zach Ertz trade value is worth? You think he's worth a third round pick, fourth round pick, all the way up to a second, whatever it is? Comment down below what you think Zach Ertz value is. We're getting straight into it. Buffalo Bills. This is a team that's, not in deep need of a tight end, but this is a 13-3 team that could just be one solid piece away, like a Zach Ertz, that could really put them over the top and becoming a Super Bowl contender and Super Bowl roster. Not to say they aren't already, but just really give them that extra edge they might be looking for. They already have a pretty good receiving core. We already know how good Stefon Diggs is. It's pretty much set in stone, top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. Josh Allen, and I think a safe spot for him to be in quarterback rankings as a top 7 quarterback in the NFL. To me, he's right around top 6, top 5. I think top 7 is a safe ranking for him. And Stefon Diggs isn't alone. We know how good Cole Beasley is. They added Emmanuel Sanders. They still have Speedy Gabriel Davis. But the tight end position, it could use a little bit of help. Dawson Knox, I don't want to knock him a lot, but Zach Ertz would definitely be an upgrade. And I understand Zach Ertz has some, I don't want to say risks or concerns to him, but he has dropped off in the past year or so. He is going to be going on 31, but to me, just how Carson Wentz left Philadelphia and went to a complete better situation and is going to be looking to bounce back his career, I think Zach Ertz could be looking to do the same thing. They just both won out of Philly. It's not a good franchise. It's not a good organization. They just don't like how things are ran there, and they want to go to a winning organization, and I think if Zach Ertz goes to Buffalo, he's going to turn things around and possibly fight to be a top 10 tight end still. He's not going to be top 5 like he used to be. There's just some really good guys up there. We know the obvious ones on George Kittle, Darren Waller, Travis Kelce, and then, the later ranges, you get Mark Andrews, TJ Hawkinson, Mike Gesicki of Miami. I think Zach Ertz can fall somewhere in that, 7 to 10 range where he could fight to be a top 10 tight end in the league with the right quarterback, with the right team, with the right winning culture, and I think Buffalo's the place to do it. They got a good offensive coordinator and a good head coach, Sean McDermott, to lead them offensively and defensively combined. Brian Dable to just organize the offense strictly. I just think Zach Ertz would really fit in with Buffalo. Got a big arm of Josh Allen, and he doesn't have to go and be, the top receiver on his team that necessarily carries them, because he's just going to have catches to be shared with Stefon Diggs, Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders. He doesn't have to go in and be a top 10 tight end, but the room still allows it for him to emerge and becoming a top 10 tight end again. You could still make the argument that he still is, but I do think there are some concerns. Buffalo Bills, I definitely think they should go for it. Like I said, they're already a Super Bowl contending team. They made the AFC Championship. They went 13-3. Any other year, 13-3 gets you a first round bye in the playoffs. Unfortunately for them, with the new playoff rankings or seedings, whatever you want to call it, only the first seed gets a first round bye. But who's to say with Zach Ertz in a brand new year, this Bills team cannot get a first round bye and, like I said, go all the way to the Super Bowl. The AFC is going to be tough. I don't want to say they're going to be in a guaranteed AFC Championship spot again. The Chiefs for their own thing you got to worry about, but the Browns, I think they're going to be extremely good this year. They were already in the divisional round last year, and they gotten way better. OBJ is coming back. That's one thing. Just the fact that Baker has more reps under his belt, that's another. Kevin Stefanski won Coach of the Year. Now he's got more reps with Baker, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, the offensive line. And then on defense, that was their biggest weakness. They upgraded tremendously. They got Jadeveon Clowney. They added Takarius McKinley, Malik Jackson to help out Myles Garrett up front. They got JOK to help out Anthony Walker in the linebacker position. And then the secondary felt like Denzel Ward was alone. But now that Grant Delpit's coming back and he's going to be healthy, and they added Greg Newsome, added John Johnson, added Troy Hill, this team is going to be very good that the Bills will have to worry about. Lamar Jackson, the Ravens are always going to be a threat. Who's to say if Lamar didn't get hurt in the division round last year, the Bills would have made the AFC Championship. Titans, if they trade for Julio Jones, they're going to be good. I think Colts and Carson Wentz are going to bounce back. They're going to be good. Chargers are emerging. Dolphins in your own division are emerging. Patriots in your own division could be good. Not to say the Bills aren't better than these teams. They can't hold their own with their teams. I'm just saying a trade for Zach Ertz would give them an edge, would definitely be on the same level. They've already addressed their needs in the draft, getting, Carlos Basham and Gregory Rousseau to help out the pass rush on the defensive side. The secondary is pretty set in stone. It's pretty good, in my opinion, between the Micah Hyde and tre'davious White duo. You got Tremaine Edmonds up front in the linebacker core to kind of captain and organize that front seven. So they address the defense. They address the offensive line a little bit in the the third round, getting Spencer Brown. Now at this point, you're just playing with house's money and seeing what you can add to this team to just be the cherry on top to really put you over the edge on these teams between the Browns, the Chiefs, the Ravens that are just really neck and neck with you. And Zach Ertz could be that type of guy. I just think they could really use a tight end. Again, no knock to Dawson Knox, but I do think Zach Ertz is an extremely huge upgrade, especially if he gets back into top 10 tight end form. Again, he might already be there, arguably. To me, I think he did kind of fall out, but I do think a Josh Allen arm, a Stefon Diggs receiving core to be behind, and a Brian Dable to really organize him, find the best spot for him. It benefits both sides. The Eagles haven't sent him to get rid of him after June 1st today. If they got rid of Zach Ertz, if they trade him or release him, they save $8 million against the cap. That's a pretty big incentive alone, but why not even get more draft capital for him? And I don't expect him to go for a lot. For reference, Rob Gronkowski, when he was on the Patriots and was traded to the Bucs, he was traded for, the package was Gronk and a 7th-round pick from the Patriots in exchange for a 4th-round pick from the Bucs. Zach Ertz could be a similar thing. He could be looking for a second-day pick, whether it be 3rd or 4th round, maybe even 5th and 2nd round. I don't know. To me, 3rd or 4th round sounds about right. He's definitely not worth a 1st. To me, he's not worth a 2nd. Maybe if you pitched in a 2nd and then in return, say the Bills pitch in a 2nd, in return, the Eagles got Zach Ertz and a 3rd. Maybe I'd consider a 2nd, but I would not just give a straight up 2nd for Zach Ertz by any means. 3rd or 4th sounds right about me. Gives the Eagles a possible diamond in the rough draft pick for the following year, and it gives the Bills a guy they can rely on. Again, he's not going to just take this team to the Super Bowl, carry them all the way, but it's just a little house money, a little, a free pick to just add to this team. You don't have much to lose is how I see it. Take a small risk. There's not going to be huge risk to it. Not much at all, but there's just a little gamble in case he continues to fall down this declining path. I think he's going to bounce back like Carson Wentz and the Colts, but we'll just have to see. I could be wrong. Maybe neither will bounce back, but to me, Eagles haven't said it to get rid of him. They're already going to save money if they get rid of him. You might as well get rid of him and get some draft capital in return. And Bills, you don't have much to lose as a 4th-round pick in 2022. Really going to make you a Super Bowl team? No. Zach Ertz, I'm not saying he will either, but I do think he has more upside for 1 to 2 years rather than a 4th-round rookie. Who knows? To me, I just think the Bills are maybe, I don't want to say one piece away because Zach Ertz would not be that one piece, but maybe just a cherry on top away that could really be a decisive player that really helps in situational plays. Who knows? But to me, it's definitely worth it, and to me, they should definitely do it. Just imagining a receiving core, Stefon Diggs, Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, and Zach Ertz looking like the starting receiving core on paper and just big name-wise. That is a big receiving core to worry about for any defense. I don't care who it is. I know a couple of these guys are past their prime. Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, and Zach Ertz, you could all make the argument are past their prime. But with Josh Allen, with Brian Dable, with a well-organized offense, they could bring the absolute best out of him. I still think Zach Ertz has a little bit of gas left in the tank, but we'll just have to see if the trade goes through or if a trade happens. I am actually for maybe if Zach Ertz wanted to reunite with the Colts and reunite with Carson Wentz at the Colts, reunite with Frank Wright and the Colts. And I'm open for him to going anywhere. I just would like to see a trade happen. I like seeing, some, noise and moves happen in the NFL offseason, but the Bills, from their perspective, I definitely think they should do it. But as always, guys, I do want to hear your opinion. If you think the Bills should trade for Zach Ertz, comment down below. And of course, question of the day, what do you think he's worth? To me, a 3rd or 4th round pick sounds about right, just to compare him to Rob Gronkowski. 1st and 2nd are just out of this realm for me. But as always, guys, like I said, thank you for watching. 2-minute warning.